Okay, go ahead. Okay. Thank you. Have you ever wondered why it is so hard for someone to quit smoking? I have. I never realized the difference between a bad habit and an addiction until one day someone very close to me showed me and didn't even know it. One day, my mom ran out of her cigarettes, and when I went to go talk with her, I met a totally different person. She hadn't had a cigarette for one full day, and it changed her personality tremendously. Although you would think that one day without a cigarette would be no big deal, it really is. The reasoning behind this is because nicotine is a drug. It takes nicotine just seconds to hit the brain, which is why for a smoker it is so relaxing in the first 10 seconds of having a cigarette. When nicotine is in the brain, it causes a chemical called dopamine to be released. This chemical in your brain is what gives you the feeling of relaxation and being calm. People who are so-called chain smokers do this because when you are in between cigarettes, dopamine that is being released into your brain decreases, and it gives them the feeling of withdrawal, which is why they have the need for a cigarette so often. Something else that happens to smokers after a while of smoking is your brain gets used to how much dopamine is released, and over the years, that starts to add up, which makes them need more and more cigarettes to compensate for the dopamine loss that they are having. Now that you understand that smoking is more than just a bad habit, let me break down some numbers. In 2001, 46.2 million people were smokers. That is 25.2% of men and 20.7% of women, which equals out to be about 1 in 4 people. I went ahead and looked at the numbers regarding the race and age, and it came out to be that in 2001, 24% were white, 22.3% were African Americans, 16.7% were Hispanic, 32.7% were American Indians and Alaskan Natives, and 12.4% were Asian Americans. Now, it may not be surprising to you, but to me, it irked me to know that 27% of smokers were in between the ages of 18 and 24. That is very, very young. And according to the Center for Disease Control, the age group was only getting younger. Now, if you put together that 1 in 4 people were smokers and look at all the people with diseases, you can start to think that the two are related. And you are correct. I am not stating that smoking is the cause of diseases, but it is very high on the charts for heart disease. Some of the most common that are related with smoking are myocarditis, angina, and arrhythmia heart disease. These heart diseases are not just caused by the nicotine in cigarettes either. The nicotine increases the blood pressure, which causes the heart to work harder, and then the carbon monoxide, which is replacing your oxygen in your body, is run through all your veins. Obviously, carbon monoxide is poisonous, which makes this very dangerous. On top of heart disease, how does it make you feel to hear that 30% of all cancer deaths are related to smoking? 87% of lung cancer is normally caused by smoking, and lung cancer is the #1 leading cause of cancer deaths in men and women. Now, don't lose all hope if you're a smoker and you develop lung cancer. It's very treatable if found in the early stages, but that's the trick, finding it. Unfortunately, in the early stages, lung cancer is very hard to detect. If found and treated, great. If not, it's another person lost and another number added. Now, there are tons of benefits to quitting smoking. Most are immediate health benefits. Obviously, those include such as former smokers are going to live longer than continuing smokers. Also, the smoking cessation decreases the risk of lung cancer, other cancers, heart attacks, strokes, and other diseases. Smokers who quit by age 35 avoid 95% of the risk due to tobacco use. And even those who quit by age 50 decrease their risk of dying early tremendously. I would hope that if you care about your health and you are a smoker, you would not only see that it affects you, but the people around you. Because most people will argue till they are blue in the face all the reasons why they cannot quit. But for those of you who are open-minded and willing to listen, you should really research all the reasons why you can. Smoking not only affects you mentally, but physically. Take care of yourself and spend as much time with your loved ones as possible. There is no need to cut the time in half over an addiction. Whether you are 35 or 50, it's never too late to quit.